All right, Corey, thank you for all of that. And now the fire, as he's been pointing out, is burning near Lacey, Ocean, and Barnegat townships. The closed Oyster Creek power plant is sitting right in the fire zone, and as a precaution, the plant has been de-energized. Now, we checked in overnight with Jersey Central Power and Light. The utility company is reporting that right now they have about 25,000 outages. There's a lot of people dealing with no power this morning, and the bulk of them are in these counties and townships we've been talking about: Lacey, Barnegat, and Ocean. Now, let's go on over to meteorologist Karen Rogers. Good morning.
Good morning. So there are a few weather conditions that really impact the spread of fire, and one of them is the wind. The wind can fan those flames and let those embers just leap. And today we have less wind than yesterday. Yesterday in Ocean County, we had gusts over 20 miles an hour. We're not looking at a lot of gusts today. We do still have a breeze out there, but not as much of a gust. The humidity has increased overnight. I think it'll drop again in the afternoon, but it has increased overnight, specifically in Ocean County, and I think that's helping them out there this morning. It is still very dry. They're not in a drought in Ocean County, but over the last 10 days, they only had 0.02 of an inch of rain, and we continue those dry conditions right now. And I want to show you this wider view of the winds. Although they're a little stronger right on the coastland, Tom's River is now reporting calm conditions. So those winds are calm at the moment, at least, and that's going to help fan those, stop the fan of those flames. And it is pulling in a little bit from the ocean, and the humidity, specifically in Tom's River, is up 91%. So that's the current humidity compared to 42% in the city right now. So that relative humidity was about 20% yesterday. So those dry conditions really helped those the winds to fan the flames. And right now on Storm Tracker 6, we're not seeing the same kind of smoke we did just minutes ago. We were picking it up on the radar, and that's kind of quieted down at the moment. Looking at the day ahead, though, we've got a light breeze, very warm conditions once again, not quite as warm as yesterday, but a good deal of sunshine and an afternoon high of about 77 degrees. And Matt, I know it's been such a problem with traffic in this area. Sunset last night was beautiful. People were probably out there. I got lots of pictures in my social media. Maybe you did as well. And it's beautiful right now. It's because of the high, thin clouds that we have. They kind of reflect the light out there out of the little ice crystals that are up in those clouds. And it's just gorgeous this morning. The forecasted high today is 77. Yesterday's high was 80. So similar, not quite as warm. The average high is 68. We're well above average once again, not just today, not just tomorrow, but really the next couple of weeks. Most days are well above average. As you're heading out the door right now, 57 at 7 a.m. We see a fair amount of clouds, but they're already breaking up for that sunshine. So plenty of sunshine at 7 and 8, 59 at 10 o'clock at 63, at lunchtime at 69 degrees. At 1 o'clock, we're already in the 70s and 71. So your afternoon high of 77 degrees is going to feel pretty good out there because we have low humidity this afternoon as well. The overnight low is 54. It's pretty comfortable overnight. Tomorrow, it's a little warmer in 81. Friday, also the upper 70s, about 79. We have a bright start, but some late clouds, and then rain Friday night into Saturday. If you're making some weekend plans, I'm going to walk you through that weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes, Matt and Tam.
Who's also keeping an eye on the forecast and the winds, and at least here it's going to be nice today, but
that's right. I mean, for firefighters there, the winds have decreased significantly from yesterday, so I think that's at least a help for them, but certainly difficult conditions there. For the rest of us over the next few days, we've got highs in the 70s and even 80 over the next few days. It stays really warm. A sea breeze does keep the shore near about 60 or the low 60s out there the next few days, so it isn't as warm at the shore as it was yesterday. Pollen levels return to high. They have briefly dipped today as the winds have died down, but they've returned to high, and I've been suffering with pollen. I know you maybe have too with the allergies. It stays pretty comfortable with the relative humidity, not bad this afternoon again, so get outdoors and enjoy it when you have warm conditions. Before you know it, it'll be the summer, and we'll be talking about high humidity. Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing dry again through the area. We were picking up on some smoke from that Waretown fire. You can just kind of see a little bit of it now here, picking up with that radar site in Ocean County. As we look a wider look, we see the clouds are already breaking for some clearer skies, and we're seeing more sunshine work its way in, and we're going to have a good amount of sun today. There's a little bit of a breeze, thankfully calm right now in Tom's River. That's helping the firefighters. 9 miles an hour in the city, 3 right now in Allentown. So winds are pretty light this morning. This afternoon, a light breeze, not the gusts that we saw yesterday over 20 miles an hour. Maybe it's a little better to golf without that wind, right? At 7 o'clock, it's 57. At 9, it's 60 with a good amount of sunshine through the day. At 1 o'clock, 71. At 3 o'clock, o'clock jumping up to 77. Even 5 o'clock this evening, if you're out there, it's 75. At 7 o'clock, we have sunny skies and 74. A beautiful afternoon, a dry afternoon. We do finally get some rain, but it comes very late Friday night, probably the better chance in the wee hours of Saturday morning for that rain to develop as this cold front approaches. We'll also could get a few thunderstorms through the afternoon, maybe 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch likely. There are some models showing it ending by the afternoon or early evening hours, so we may have some breaks in clouds by the end of the day. So that timing is what we'll track for the end of the rain on Saturday. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast: sunshine and low humidity 77. A beautiful day and a comfortable night ahead. 54 for the overnight low. Tomorrow's warm and pleasant. We're breaking into the 80s, 81. Friday, a bright start, but some late clouds fill in with a high of 79. Saturday's the day we've got some showers and even a couple of thunderstorms and a high of 75. We'll see if we can clear things out at the end of the day. It does look like even the morning hours now on Sunday look bright and sunny and 70, so we recover nicely from that. Monday stays bright. You thought this week was warm. 75 degrees for your high on Monday, and then Tuesday even warmer. Looks like we'll hit another 80-degree mark, 82 for your high on Tuesday for the fills, and it looks like Wednesday probably in the 80s as well. So we've got some really warm weather, not just this week, but next week as well.
Sounds good. Thanks, Karen. Today,
Go over now to Karen Rogers, who is talking about the elements.
Yeah.
That's really wonderful news for people in Lacey Township. How are things looking overall?
Can you imagine not being able to check on your home, not being able to see how things are? So I'm so glad that those conditions have started to improve a little bit there and they were able to lift that. Let's talk about the wildfire conditions. Wind plays a huge part in fanning the flames. Yesterday in that area in Ocean County, we had gusts over 20 miles an hour. So that means the embers just leap, and that's the big problem. We have less wind today, and that's helping those firefighters and helping those the fans flamed. Humidity increased overnight. It's not necessarily going to stay this high all day, but it has increased overnight. Yesterday, the relative humidity was about 31% in Ocean County. It's much higher right now. It is still very dry, though. You're not in a drought in that area, but we've only had in Ocean County 2/100 of an inch of rain over the last 10 days. So although the drought was lifted, the last 10 days have been so dry there, and that remains the same. Look at the winds right now, calm in Toms River. That's a big help. 9 miles an hour in the city, much lighter than yesterday. But do you see the direction specifically here in Ocean County? You see how it's kind of coming in off of the water a little bit out of the northeast? That's helping. The relative humidity has jumped up to 94% in Toms River. So that's really helping with the conditions out there right now, some moisture in the air. We were able to pick up over the early morning hours some of the smoke that from our radar site that was really filing in, not just from Waretown, but even as far down as Little Lake Harbor, they were seeing that smoke. Not as much currently happening, but that was within the past couple of hours. So over the next 12 hours, we have a dry day. It's less wind than yesterday. Not quite as warm, but almost. 77 for your high with overall mostly sunny skies, Matt. But man, I'm seeing the smoke. I'm seeing the flames out there right now.
The traffic around the fire area here in Ocean County has been an absolute mess for the last, not quite.
And as you're heading out the door, it's pretty comfortable. The current temperature is 57 degrees. We officially have mostly cloudy skies, but you can see from that shot, they're just high, thin clouds. So it's really pretty out there and comfortable conditions. Visibility is not an issue today. The winds are light. They're out of the north here in the city at 9 miles an hour. So really feeling comfortable and a little bit cooler in some spots than it was yesterday morning as you're heading out. The high today is 77, so it's warm, it's bright. We have only a light breeze and temperatures just a couple degrees below what they were yesterday. But let's look ahead to the Penn relays. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, very warm, a high near 80 degrees at time there. Friday, early sun to clouds and temperatures in the upper 70s. Saturday for the Penn relays, though, it is wet at times, even the chance for some thunderstorms in the afternoon. So that could be an issue for you if you're heading out to the Penn relays on Saturday. We need that rain, but we're getting it on the weekend. We'll see how we rebound their weekend with our Sunday coming up in the 7-day forecast. And guys, if you like it warm, you might like next week too. So we've got a look at that coming up in a few minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Karen.
I love that. Throwing it in at the end. Good morning, everybody. Let's look at the city versus the shore the next few days. We've got warm conditions out there. Not just today. I mean, yesterday high was 80. Today we reached 77. Tomorrow we're back up to 81. Friday 79. It is going to be cooler at the shore in the low 60s, and that's due to a sea breeze. Equally nice there, but cooler at the shore. Yesterday was warmer at the shore. We had more of a westerly westerly flow. Satellite and radar showing that we have clouds already breaking for plenty of sunshine. You see, we still have a frontal boundary that slipped through. Those showers down to the south stay down to the south, so not impacting us today. Winds are lighter than yesterday, too. We've got only a light breeze out there right now, not as gusty as yesterday. 50 degrees in Allentown, 57 in the city, 55 in Millville. Pretty comfortable. Some of these spots cooler than they were yesterday morning. Looking at your hour-by-hour forecast, region by region, starting in the Lehigh Valley. Bright sunshine at 8, it's 53. At lunchtime, 67. Sunshine and some high clouds around. At 4 o'clock, it's 74. A nice day, a mild day at Lehigh Valley. Here in the city, making it up to 77. So at 8 a.m., it's 59 with sunshine and some clouds around. At lunchtime, you're already at 69, up to 77. In this afternoon, where typically your high would be about 68. So we're well above average, almost 10 degrees above average. Along the Jersey shoreline, there's the difference. The influence of the ocean. It's 57 through the morning hours, even at lunchtime, bouncing up to 60 or so at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're dry the next few days. We track rain just in time for the weekend. It's a cold front that swings through. Friday night, maybe late night, you start to see some of those showers. I think it happens in the wee hours of Saturday morning, though. Showers develop, as well as the chance for a few thunderstorms. So if you have outdoor plans, I know the week has been so warm, everybody's thinking, I want to get outside and enjoy it on the weekend. Saturday looks like a wet day, 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch. Some models try to wrap this up to get some clearing at the end of the day. We'll fine-tune that timing as we get a little closer. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day. I mean, what a streak of weather. It's dry, it's quiet, low humidity, a light breeze, 77 for your high. Tomorrow bouncing back up to 81. It's warm, but still pleasant with sunshine and a few clouds. Friday's a bright start, but then we watch those clouds develop. How quickly the clouds move in will determine how warm it gets. So today models are saying maybe they wait a little bit. You start with that sunshine and it's bright enough to get you up to 79 for our high. And then to Saturday, we've got showers, a few thunderstorms, and 75. Watch for that as you're heading to the Union game. But on Sunday, we recover so nicely. Beautiful sunny skies and a high of 70. Monday stays bright, 75. Look at the warmth Tuesday, 82. Matt and Tam, I think Wednesday of next week may even be a little warmer in the low 80s once again.
All right. Thank you, Karen.